Stop letting the 3D tell you what is going on and what you can have and you cannot have. Stop letting the 3D boss you around, pull you around like a lapdog on a leash. So this is inspired by one of my clients that I spoke with yesterday, and she wanted to know how to handle and deal with the circumstances as she is shifting into this new state. And she had more questions about how to deal with this person, and this situation, and this circumstance, and what do I do with my thoughts and my feelings? What do I need to revise my thoughts? Do I need to revise my feelings? And I had to slow her down and remind her of who's in charge here, because, and I know you guys, I've been there too, okay? We've all been there. It's so easy to react to the 3D, into thoughts and feelings, and to react to the circumstances, what we see, touch, hear, smell. It feels like that's what's real, that's the boss. But I want to dive into this because I want to bring you some more awareness, a different perspective. And I know we've already talked about this right before, but I want to keep hitting on this about thoughts and feelings. As a former psychotherapist, this is what I did for years, for over a decade. I worked with people and helping them see that their thoughts and feelings were not leading the show. So listening to the thoughts and feelings, it's kind of pointless when you really start understanding what thoughts and feelings are. So that's what we're going to get into. So we're going to get you in a good mindset after this video, so stick with me. My name is Rose, and welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you live a life that you love. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you can go to RoseyLife.com. By the way, I've made some changes to how I'm doing coaching. I have felt led to make these changes. So there's new options, new packages on coaching, or if you're interested in joining the Rosey Life coursing community, you can read all about that. It's a one-time fee. You're in it for a year. There's no monthly membership, it's just a one and done payment for that. Okay. All right. So this video I think is so important because not only after I worked with this client yesterday, but several of my clients this last week, I've come back in to explain this in further detail because I know that a lot of you understand that we're not our thoughts, we're not our feelings, and we're not our actions. And we hear this so much, right, that we also don't understand it. I realize working with my clients, especially this week, that even though you understand thoughts and feelings and actions come from a state, okay? You all heard that in a video. I explained it in detail just a few videos ago, right? Even though you understand that, right, I notice a lot of people are still struggling with thoughts and feelings as they come up, and they're not really understanding what to do with them. And this is what I really, I drove home in several clients this week, and I helped them just experientially, and that is what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to help you going through the experience yourself of what that really means. Because as a former therapist, this is what I would do with my clients, and they really began to feel peace and more relaxed about thoughts and feelings because there's so much emphasis over the course of your whole life identifying with your thoughts and feelings. And just realized I don't have my mic on, so sorry guys. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay though. So identifying with thoughts and feelings, that is a huge thing you want to start letting go of because it will help you as you are manifesting anything, as you're becoming more aware of what 3D is. Okay, so here is a couple things that some really amazing quotes here, by the way. You guys are really going to love some of this. So in Romans 12:2, there's so many different variations of this scripture, right, about the renewing of the mind. And in this version, I believe this was the New Standard Version, do not be shaped by this world, in other words, the 3D. Instead, be changed within by a new way of thinking, a new meaning God, I am within you. So the scripture here is telling us, don't be shaped by this world. Don't be shaped, in other words, don't be fooled Don't allow the 3D to shape the way that you think. Don't allow the 3D in everything that's happening. Oh, what do I mean by 3D? Let's get that out of the way. 3D means anything that you see, touch, hear, smell, or taste. All the senses, okay? Don't be fooled by what you're seeing, okay? By what you're seeing on social media, by what you're seeing right now in your room, by what you're seeing outside, by what people are saying. Don't be fooled by what you're hearing. Don't be fooled by what you're reading. Don't be fooled by what you're seeing on TV. Don't be fooled by anything. Also, the 3D includes your body, okay? Your body is also, someone made a comment yesterday, I believe, and saying, how do I release the physical emotions? Don't be fooled by the physical emotions. Your body is also in 3D. So if you feel something in your body, that is also in 3D. Your thoughts, all the things that you're thinking, all the things that you're feeling, all of that is also in 3D. Do you get this? Because I think a lot of times we think 3D is just what we see on the outside, and we don't include our body as part of the 3D. But your body is also the 3D. So because your body is a manifestation, so your thoughts and your feelings, those are also manifestations, and they all come from a state. Like Neville says, the state that you dwell in the most, that's what's producing your thoughts and your feelings and your inspired actions. The body, if you remember, it's you make an assumption using free will, and then that automatically produces thoughts, feelings, and actions. So actions includes your physiological symptoms. If you watch that video I shared with you about choice theory, I really break that in where I drew a car, and your physiological symptoms, the way you feel, right, is the furthest the power is furthest away from the physiological symptoms. That's like at the tail end, the farthest away that you can be from where your true power is, and that is within I am, with Christ consciousness, right? So anything you feel in your body, that's the end of it. That's the end of the stick. So you go back to an assumption, the state of being that you're in, and that produces thoughts, feelings, and then physiological response. That includes inspired action, that includes everything you feel in your body. And I'm gonna go walk you through an experiment in this video to help you see what I mean with that. Okay, so stick with me. So let's get back to, do not be shaped by this world. So the 3D, now you're clear, it means everything, you guys, like everything. Your body, your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, what you see, touch, hear, smell, everything. And I want you to take a moment throughout the day, here and there, and I want you to really start contemplating, not meditating, but just like observing, contemplating what the 3D includes, right? Because I think that people just hear 3D and they just think what an SP is doing, or what the money is doing, or what the house is doing, or where's the manifestation. It's still externally focused. You see that? And I want you to really contemplate what 3D means. When you say 3D, or you say this physical world that you're in, I want you to start contemplating much deeper on what 3D includes, because I'm noticing a lot of people are excluding their thoughts and their feelings, and 3D includes everything. So instead, be changed within. So it's saying stop looking out there, including thoughts and feelings, and be changed within by a new way of thinking. In other words, allow God, I am, to be the one thinking here. That is what you're aligning with. You're aligning with I am. You are being as God. You're not just acting like or trying to think like. No, you're being as God would think, which is completely limitless and conditionless. Okay, so what you're doing, this is what we're all doing, you guys, is we're flipping the whole way that we've known things. Emerson said, we are unlearning the wisdom of the world. And I love that so much, because it's exactly what we're doing. We're unlearning what we thought was actual real, right? It doesn't mean that what we're experiencing is not real. It is, but who we really are, the truth of who we are, the cause of why we see, touch, hear, smell everything, that is what we are remembering. So you're flipping it. So you have the 3D is conforming to you. It's no longer I'm looking out there for answers or for movement or information. I'm looking inside for answers and solutions. I'm going within. Do you see? Within by a new way of thinking, that I am the cause, I am the operant power, I am the all. Do you see? So it is a complete flip turnaround. And if you're still thinking the 3D is out there and that you're just doing this imaginal act or affirmation to make something happen, like a vending machine, I'm always saying that we're just like use manifesting techniques like a vending machine and waiting and hoping that a candy or bag of chips falls out. And then you're looking, well, I put my money in, where's my candy? That's what I see a lot of people still thinking. That's because they're seeing the 3D as letting them know if they did something right. No, the 3D doesn't let you know anything. The 3D conforms to you, and it affirms what you have been thinking, assuming, believing about yourself or about whatever that you want. The 3D confirms. Don't let the 3D conform you. Let the 3D confirm what it is that you believe inside, okay? So this is another part that I wanted to talk to you guys about and what I meant experientially. So what you want to do, and I encourage you, all of you, to do this more and more, all right, is to separate yourself from thoughts and feelings. I notice that a lot of people don't have this down, that they're just stuck in a technique and they're just wondering why it's not working. Again, they're pushing the button, not seeing results. Instead, you want to merge yourself. You want to remember, wait upon the Lord means to bind together, to become one with the I am. So you want to begin to separate yourself from this ego, from this physical being that you're so used to being in, and it is not who you are. This is just a vessel from which God, or the flow, right? I love the term the flow, right? You're allowing the flow to flow through you, this human vessel, right? So you begin to separate yourself from thoughts and feelings, not to make yourself feel crazy, but to stop identifying so much with thoughts and feelings and then trying to figure it out. This client that I worked with yesterday, she was really upset because she's like, everything is going the opposite way of what I wanted. And she said, I'm not seeing anything. And she said, should I revise my thoughts? Should I revise my feelings? What should I do with these thoughts? What should I do with these feelings? And I said, your state, again, going back, your state determines the thoughts, feelings, and physiological feelings that you have, physiological feelings and inspired action. So you don't have to fix and deal with thoughts and feelings, right? You only have to choose a state that you want, and the thoughts, feelings, and physiological feelings come naturally. So one of the things that I invite you to do is, first, right now, whatever you're doing, I want you to observe the thoughts that you're having right this moment. I did this with several clients last week, and they really got it. So right now, observe any thoughts. I don't care if they're good, bad, or indifferent, about what you want, you don't want, that doesn't matter. Don't judge what you're thinking. I just want you to observe the thoughts that you're having right now. Can you see those? Right? You can observe the thoughts that you're having. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to observe, not judge. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're good, bad, or bad. Don't try to only conjure up good thoughts or good feelings right now, okay? I want you to just let everything be. Observe any feelings that you're experiencing right now. Any feelings, just observe them. Okay? And it could be one feeling or it could be many. Doesn't matter. Just observe them. So now we've observed the thoughts that you're having, and then you're observing the feelings that you're having. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to observe where in your body you are feeling those feelings or thoughts that you just noticed. Where in your body do you feel them? They could be, some people say behind their eyes, in their throat, in their chest, their stomach. It could be your butt. It could be anywhere. So I've heard people tell me their knees, their back, their shoulders, their neck, their hands. Notice, just observe where these feelings are happening right now. You're going to notice a couple things. One, you might even start feeling calmer, more peaceful. And the reason you might feel calmer and peaceful just by observing, we're not judging or trying to give meaning or trying to understand why they're there, okay? You're going to notice that you might even start feeling a little more calmer than when you started doing this. And the reason that you might feel calmer is because you are becoming the observer, and that is who you really are. You are the observer of these thoughts. You are the observer of these feelings. You are the observer of the physiological feelings. And as you observe them, you are stepping into your I amness. This is who you are. And the reason you feel calmer is because you are one with the I am when you are the observer of these thoughts, feelings, and physiological feelings. Do you see that? That's why it brings immediate calmness. And it doesn't matter if it's a teeny bit or a lot. But just the fact that you observed them, you are merging in. So now you are creating a separation from that which you thought you were, these thoughts, feelings, and physiological feelings, right? You're creating a separation from, because that's not who you are. Who you are is that being observing thoughts and feelings. So in other words, if you can observe it, that's not you. And that's what I have. If you can observe it, it's not the truth of who you are. Do you see that? And this takes a little bit of practice on your part, just not to make something happen, not to get something, but to merge more into who you really are. So you want to let them be there. Let the feelings and the thoughts be there. And I wrote down like kids outside playing. Because regardless of where you live or if you visited somewhere, you might be hanging out in the backyard or inside the house, and you can hear sometimes kids outside playing, right? And they're just playing or whatever. Or if you might hear traffic outside, you might hear cars go by, or the traffic outside, the noise from the outside as you're in the house. That is how you can start observing thoughts and feelings. They're there. They're out there. But that's kids in traffic. But I'm referring to the thoughts and feelings that they're within you, okay? They're there, but you don't have to figure them out. You don't have to deal with them. They can feel really crappy sometimes. They can feel sad. They can feel very difficult sometimes. I get it. But even those, you can observe them. And you can go through this process of observing the thoughts, observing the feelings, and then observing it, decide where in the body do you feel them. You don't have to do anything else with it. You just observe it, because you're going to notice as you do that those thoughts, feelings, and physiological feelings begin to dissipate on their own. Because as the observer, who is love, by the way, who is love, you are the I am, which is pure unconditional love. You are looking at those things with love. So you can tell them you love them, but you don't have to, because you are love. When you observe something, just my heart just opened up with that one. When you observe something, when you observe anything, okay, that is love shining its awareness on that thing, whatever it is. If it's a thought, a person, a pet, a chair, it doesn't matter what it is, because it is love shining its love upon that thing. So it does have to, it melts like butter, you guys, okay? The last thing I want to share with you is a combination of a scripture and a quote that I read in one of Eric Butterworth's books called The Flow. And the scripture that is quoted is also with 1 John 1 John 4:4, I wrote down here, and EB is Eric Butterworth. So in this quote that I really love, and you guys can use this, you can write this down and use this for yourself as a reminder. And the quote is, I meet this circumstance, whatever condition, even if it's thoughts and feelings or something that you're noticing in your 3D, I meet this circumstance in complete confidence that he, notice the capital H, that he who is in me, the I am, is greater than he, little h, he who is in the world. I do not, the writing got smaller. It says, I do not deny its reality, right? You're not denying that what you're thinking or feeling is not real. You're not denying what you're seeing or hearing is not real. It says, I do not deny its reality, but I deny its permanence. Whoa, that is so powerful. It's like, mic drop. Again, I meet this circumstance or these circumstances, right, in complete confidence that he, capital H, who is in me is greater than he, right, who is in the world. And the little he are the circumstances, this ego, these thoughts, these feelings, this part of you who thinks that it's real and that you have to tame it and fix it. It's greater than he who is in the world, the 3D, anything in the 3D. I do not deny its reality. So it's not about being delusional and saying it's not real or ignoring it or pretending it's not there. No, I do not deny its reality, okay? Because it's real, it's there, it's an experience, right? But I deny its permanence because nothing is permanent and nothing is impossible with God. There is nothing but change. Everything comes, and I love this, and I know you guys have all heard this before, is like, and this too shall pass, right? And that's what the Bible, a lot of the scriptures in the Bible, and it came to pass. Slow down and think of that phrase. This too shall pass. It came to pass, meaning it's not permanent. It's not going to remain that way. The only thing that is real is good. The only thing that is real is God. So if it's not that what you want yet, right? Remember, wait, for it is sure it will come. All right, my loves, thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life. And thank you for helping The Rosey Life grow. I'm watching it grow every day, and I appreciate you sharing my content with others to watch, to get out the word from The Rosey Life. And I just love you guys so much and appreciate your love and for being here with me. And I love being here with you guys. And I will see you soon because you're all freaking amazing. All right, bye.